Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you, I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And about this picture on the screen, man, it's a picture of so-called Joe Biden, the president of United States, hugging and caressing a nuclear missile, man. All right, and this are the times that we're in, man. Now, this picture was taken from it's a joke, but it's kind of like a serious joke, if you would, right? Cause this is Biden had this pose with a married woman when he was whispering in the back of her ear, right? And this is where this picture originates from, but the artist, just put his own spin on it, right? But Esau Edom was blessed with a sword, right? And whatever you're blessed with, you're gonna use it, man, right? So I'm saying all that to say, the times that we're in now, it, it's only a push of a button away, man. All right. This is Psalms chapter 140, starting from the top. Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. All right, who's that talking about? That's talking about Esau Edom, man. All right. If you jump over to Ezekiel 35, I'll start from the top. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right, Mount Seir, it's talking about Esau Edom, all right, the so-called white man. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? Now, America is in the modern day Egypt, but it's also the modern day Idumea, the modern day Edom, man. The modern day Mount Seir, right? And this land is going to be desolate by the way of thermonuclear missiles, man. All right? Verse 35, Salakia, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right, so that wicked and violent man is talking about Esau Edom, man. He has a lust for blood, man. All right. He doesn't hate blood. So since he doesn't hate blood, blood's going to follow him, man. All right. It's like the book of Numbers says, the blood defileth the ground, and the ground can't be clean unless you shed the blood of the person that spilled the blood in the first place, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right. Actually, let me just jump to that real quick, because I butchered that. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right. So the only way the land could be cleaned is by the shedding of the blood that defiled the land in the first place. All right. And Esau Edom is the bloodiest man on the face of the earth, man. The so-called white man is the bloody man that the scriptures talk about, man. All right. Psalms 140 and verse, I'll start from the top again. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Continually they are gathered together for war. Right? And if you take the mainstream narrative of America was born in 1776, right? I believe it was only like 9 years since 1776 that the United States of America has not been out in some type of war or conflict, man. So continually they are gathered together for war, man. All right. And a time like today is no different, man. All right, because there's another article that came out recently. It says Kim Jong Un fires missiles in the direction of Kamala Harris's flight as she slams North Korea brutal dictatorship. Right, and this article came out yesterday, man. So you got the leaders of you got North Korea shooting missiles in the direction of the Vice President of the United States flight, man. After a week ago, she's talking about the brutal dictatorship of their country, man. All right. So how was even though this is Kim Jong Un is not an Edomite, but how was Esau going to respond when you're shooting missiles in the direction of their leaders, man? All right. Again, these times are around the corner, and you can't think that Esau Edom is not going to use weapons that he has, man. Esau Edom, is going to use the weapons that he has. All right. Not only in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right, when Esau Edom bombed Japan with nuclear missiles, man, or atomic bombs, but there, I think Esau Edom dropped over 2,000 bombs on Cambodia, if I'm not mistaken. How many bombs dropped on Cambodia? From 1965 to 1968, in just 3 years, 2,565 sorties took place over Cambodia, with 214 tons of bombs dropped. All right, man. That's probably 720, 1080, 365, 720, 1080, 100, 1,080 days, man. And so that's two sorties a day, 2.5 sorties a day, flying over, dropping bombs, man. That's the sortie attack made by troops coming out from a position of defense. All right. So actually, this history.com, a total of 3,630 flights over Cambodia dropped 110,000 tons of bombs during a 14-month period through April 1970. All right. So imagine that, man. And that's devastation, man. So you think Esau Edom's gonna have these weapons and not use it, man? Esau Edom loves his weapons, man. He loves it, man. All right. They think there's a saying or a psychological statement saying that a so-called white man and his gun is like an extension of his rod. It's like an extension of his penis, right? This is why they don't want to part ways with it, man. All right, this is why you hear Trump telling Kim Jong Un, basically to watch his mouth because he has a button that's bigger and his works, right? Something like that, and that's basically a euphemism for weaponry, man, and the sword, man. He said that shit on Twitter. I'm just gonna get this before I get back to the scriptures real quick. Trump, Twitter, button, Kim. I was hoping they have a picture of the tweet. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works. All right, that's tweeted from Donald Trump, January 3rd, 2018. All right, that's just euphemism for his rod, man. All right, but he's also talking about nuclear missiles too. All right, Esau Edom is when Esau Edom has a weapon, they're about that life. All right, without a weapon, they're scary. But when Esau Edom has weaponry and has superior weaponry, they're about that life, man. All right, let me jump back to actually I'm done with Psalms 140. Let me jump to Psalm 7. Psalm 7, starting at verse 11. The Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. Now, who is the wicked, right? According to Malachi 1 and 4, it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right? Jacob have I loved, that Esau have I hated, man. All right, verse 12. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. All right, if the wicked don't change from his ways, he will whet his sword. Whet going into sharpen. Whet sharpen the blade of a tool or a weapon. All right, Psalms 7 and 12. If he turn not, if he doesn't change his ways, he will whet his sword. He will sharpen his sword, basically getting it ready for war. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. The arsenal is loaded, man. All right, verse 13. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He hath ordained his arrows against the persecutors. All right, these arrows and these weapons and these instruments of death. He's talking about the nuclear missiles, man. All right, let's jump over to Isaiah 54. Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, again, talking about these missiles, man. All right, Psalm 7 and 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood, man. All right, the wicked go estranged from the womb. They speak lies as soon as they're born, or roughly paraphrasing, man. Bringing forth falsehood, man, and conceiving mischief, man. This is Esau Edom's M.O., man. All right, verse 15. He hath made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down on his own pate. Slakia. On his own. I don't know what that word is. Or head. Head, crown, top of head, scalp. Slakia, never. All right. Let me read that once more. Psalm 7 and 16. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. All right. And that's talking about, again, the systems and tools Esau Edom used to oppress the people of the world, man, is basically going to be used against him. All right. Nuclear missiles were something that Esau Edom created, to retain or to maintain a world hegemony and dominance over the world, man. All right. But now these nuclear missiles are in the hands of all these other nations, and these nuclear missiles which Esau Edom created are going to be used against him as well, man. All right. All the men of that confederacy have deceived thee, roughly paraphrasing from the book of Obadiah, man. All right. So this love affair that Esau Edom has with his weapons, man. All right. It's gonna, it's gonna end it's gonna end violently, man. All right. His own devices are gonna be used against him. All right. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abad Babal.